It's time for another episode of Hops and Hedges, where we talk everything beer and landscaping and everything in between. So crack open a cold one and let's dig in. And there we go. So thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the podcast Hops and Hedges. And for those tuning in, today with me I have Annalee Rudi from Grand River Natural Stone in London. Annalee, how are ya?
I'm doing really well. How are you, Heather?
Amazing. Just seeing you and all of your beautiful plants and that smile make me very, very happy. And
Oh, thank you.
for those who are just listening to the podcast and not watching, we have to tell you that you guys are missing out because Annalee and I have decided to do this interview in our onesie pajamas.
Pretty great.
And before we get into it, you know what I didn't even realize, Annalee, before so we decided to wear our pajamas just totally random because why not?
Why not?
Pajamas are fun.
Yeah.
And so this episode is scheduled to go up oh my gosh, I've already lost the date. It's in April. It's the first Wednesday in April.
All right.
But guess what Saturday, April 6th is?
Easter?
National Pajama Day.
Oh, I was sort of not close at all.
So it works. We're wearing our pajamas, and by the time that this episode goes up, it will be the Saturday coming up. April 6th is National Pajama Day.
That is spectacular. I love it.
So,
very synchronistic.
Excellent. So, Annalee, for those who don't know you and don't know Grand River Natural Stone, what is it that you do? Where do you work? And why are you guys so amazing? Because you are.
Well, thank you. So yes, I work at Grand River Natural Stone. I am the manager there. So we have two main points of focus: landscaping as well as masonry. So we cater to home builders in London and the surrounding area, selling house brick and stone and all the accessories like angle irons and windowsills, all of the things you need to build a house except for the wood. And then on the landscape side of things, we do all the hardscaping. So we carry all the pavers, retaining wall blocks, all the natural stone, so armor stone, wall stone, all that kind of awesome stuff. So I manage a really awesome team there. We have some really, really spectacular people working for us, and it definitely makes going to work totally fantastic. So
yeah. Absolutely. And you guys do a whole bunch of like interior veneers as well. So even for home builders, it's not just exterior stone, but it's fireplace, it's any kind of stone, anything, you guys got it.
It's so true. The amount of indoor thin veneer that we have is unbelievably extensive and almost impossible to remember it all. Natural stone, faux stone, whatever you need, any style. It's spectacular.
You name it, you got it.
It's true.
And so Grand River actually has a few different locations, but you're specific to London.
Yes, I am. We used to be at the that really awful Warncliffe Road, Bostwick Road intersection.
Yep.
But that has closed for the season. We're kind of gonna set that yard up as like a clearance yard. So have all of the discontinued material, have it really nice so that contractors or homeowners can come in and we say, okay, we have all of these pavers or these wall blocks that are not the newest, but still obviously totally doable.
Yeah, or not full skids or stuff that you've just got left over or brought back or who knows what, right?
Exactly. So it'll be, really good prices, and we're going to have a really awesome contractor week before we open it up. So contractors can come in, take a look at everything, kind of bid on whatever they want, and then it'll be good. Then now we have our brand new location just opened. Actually, it'll be a year this month. We've been there. So we're on 3593 White Oak Road.
Yep.
And beautiful facility, brand new everything. We have all of our suppliers really stepped up. So amazing displays of almost everything that we sell. So you can come in and touch it and feel it and take samples home. So we're so stoked. It's so nice to have a building that we are so proud of as a company to be able to show everybody.
The new location is pretty impressive. So the last time I was in there, it's funny because as a designer, like I'm sourcing material from you guys and pricing it from you guys all the time,
Yeah,
but I'm working with contractors and homeowners and I just send them to you, right? So I'm
absolutely.
actually not in your location very often, but I'm on the phone with you guys often.
Yeah, for sure.
But the
And
new location, like you walk in there and there's so much to look at. And I'm somebody who gets distracted by pretty colors and shiny objects.
yeah, there's a
And you
lot of
walk
that.
into that showroom, and I just need to do like a quick crop tour and touch and feel everything before I come and talk to anybody because I need
Yep,
to, there's so much. Really, really nice.
I totally
Um,
appreciate that.
and you guys have the landscape symposium there. Was that
Yeah,
last year?
yes, it was. So last year
Wow.
we paired the landscape symposium with our grand opening. So all of our suppliers were there, had a really big to do, had all the food trucks. It was spectacular. It was a really great turnout.
Yeah.
It's awesome you mentioned it though, because we just had the announcement today
I saw
for
that.
yes, for our next landscape symposium. We are so stoked. So this year we're changing it up a little bit. We're actually doing it in Cambridge.
Yep.
So we have a store in Kitchener, Fergus, Hamilton, as well as a steel division in Hamilton as well. So
Hmm.
it's going to be a little more central for all of our contractors. And we have this amazing venue booked, which is called Tapestry Hall. And it used to be an old foundry, so it still has all of the infrastructure and the old steel beams and the winches and everything. Really, really cool.
Nice.
There's a brewery built in, which is also spectacular and on theme for the night. They make a very, very good IPA from what I've been told. Um,
Excellent.
but yeah, we've got, I think like the grand prize this year is like $10,000 worth of material from Triple H. And then we've got other vendors. Technoseal is supplying drinks for everybody, which is also awesome. So
Yeah.
we're so stoked. And then I think we have 25 or 26 confirmed vendors that are coming now,
Holy
which is also
smokes.
going to be great. So
Yeah.
Unilock and Permacon, all of the awesome people that we work with. So
It
we're
is
really
such
really
a good
excited.
party. Like
Yeah.
that's one event that I really enjoy going to every year. Unfortunately, when this airs, the landscape symposium will have already happened. So we'll
Oh,
have to
that is
promo it
true.
another way. But anytime that people are watching this episode, they can start looking up landscape symposium from Grand River Natural Stone and hopefully attend the next one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, before we get into some really important, deep conversations, because that's how we roll.
Of course.
I also wanted to ask you guys, because you have the Grandies too,
We
right?
do.
So can you
Yes.
explain what the Grandies are? Because that's also
Absolutely.
really awesome.
Yeah, so the Grandies are an awards program. So we have all of our contractors from basically all over Southern Ontario. So anybody who's bought material from us and installed jobs, build jobs, design jobs, they submit the pictures of their finished jobs to us, and we have a bunch of categories. So,
Yeah.
best of fire, water, Unilock, Permacon, Techo Block, so on and so forth. And we have a panel of outside judges from across the industry. So it's not internal. So we make
Yeah.
sure that third party. They all vote on their favorite jobs, which ones had the best technical components, the ones that looked the best, which ones
Hmm.
sparked the most passion. And then we have this awesome trophy for the best overall job, which is awesome. It's like this big. A few years ago, Oasis Landscapes out of Park Hill won, and they
Hmm.
had just a fantastic job, and it was great. We poured champagne in it, and oh, it's such a blast. And
That's
then
awesome.
for all of the category winners, we have plaques that get made up, and it's neat because it's really local. And we
Yeah.
try to use it as a way to really support and bolster the customers that we do have and the contractors because they do such awesome work.
Yeah.
And so much of it the public doesn't necessarily see unless this is something that they're actually actively looking for. So
Right.
um, uh, bringing them to light and giving them the kudos they deserve is this is
Hmm.
a great opportunity to do that.
And I mean, who doesn't like an award, you
Right?
know? And
Exactly.
I always think too, like for the people who work in the Grand River Natural Stone yards and in the offices, like you're used to seeing the materials come in on pallets and go
Oh
out
yeah,
on pallets,
exactly.
like day in, day out. And then to get these pictures and seeing what not just contractors are doing, but homeowners, like do-it-yourselfers are building these incredible projects.
Oh yeah.
And you guys are awarding them for it. And I just think that is so cool.
Oh yeah,
So
it's such a blast to do. And you are right. I mean, we see all the orders come in, we see it on paper. We'll see, 8 skids of Brussels dimensional, for example,
yeah,
or
with
a
a
couple of
copthorn second
yeah,
skid, you're like, but how do you work those together? What did you
right.
do?
I know. So being able to see it and see the finished product and see how proud the contractors are of what they do, that's awesome. That makes it totally worth it.
Yeah, I think that's a good segue for a toast.
Yes,
So,
I
big
agree.
question for you, Annalee. What are you drinking?
I am drinking my favorite, which is an IPA from Collective Arts Brewing. They are out of
Oh, yep.
Hamilton, and this is their IPA called Ransack the Universe.
Yes. So I didn't recognize the can because they keep changing out the art, right?
Sure do. It's actually totally awesome. They have every year, a couple times a year, they do these called artists, and all of these artists worldwide submit their art to them, and then they have a panel of judges that chooses which pieces they want to put on each can. They pay the artist, which is also spectacular,
Yeah.
and then they have it for a particular rotation and then they move on to the next one. So it's really, really neat. And the other thing they do that I didn't know is they actually work with Indie 88, which is a spectacular indie radio show or channel in Toronto.
Okay.
So they have this like black box session on their website where they host all of these really awesome up and coming indie artists from all over Ontario and even further.
Yeah.
And they post it all in these sessions. Really, really neat. I love how they support the local communities. I think that's awesome.
That's so it ties into the whole like small microbrewery, the craft atmosphere, and it's kind of part of their like it's just part of the lifestyle. Like there's this whole
Absolutely.
thing. The people who like these beers like all of those things as well,
It's true.
right? So I'm a big, usually a strong IPA girl myself too. And
Yep.
today I'm actually kicking it back a little lighter with one of my go-tos, just the Muskoka Detour from
Yep.
Muskoka Brewing here in
Can't go
Ontario.
wrong.
I've had a guest on here previously that this is her beer of choice as well. But this one, it's just when I'm always feeling beer, don't get me wrong. But some nights and today I like powered through cleaning the main floor. And I
Yep.
think after having one beer, I'm gonna fall asleep pretty quickly. So even though the podcast gets released at 4:30 in the morning to the public, we're recording this much later in the day. So I'm gonna have a beer and then go to bed. It's gonna be
That's
great.
perfect.
So cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers. How fun is this?
Oh, this is great.
Talking about landscaping, drinking beer, wearing
Right?
onesie pajamas.
Oh, it's spectacular.
I could get used to this.
This is actually quite good. I haven't had one. I
Yeah, I
got
think I want to go for another
the
one too.
occasion. Yeah.
And we're not just wearing any pajamas. These are onesie pajamas.
Sure are.
And what do they have, Annalee? They have hoods. I wish I had a big horn on mine. So that could sound really weird for people not watching the video.
It
So
could.
Annalee has a unicorn onesie with,
Yeah.
of course, like ears and the horn on the top. So that's what I'm talking about. Get your minds out of the gutter. And I'm wearing winter penguin. I think they're just dancing in the snow or something, but they're really cute.
They're adorable. It suits you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I feel pretty empowered wearing this.
Good, as you should.
Yeah.
It's just something about a one-piece outfit that's just it does it.
Yeah. And in wintertime, like the onesie
Better.
pajama, beer, like I don't think it gets much better than this, really.
Not really. Plants?
Yes, plants, which we will get to because your collection looks very impressive. So kudos to you. Is that a giant rubber ducky in the background there? Wait a second. I just noticed this now. I'm distracted. What? What?
So, all right. I enjoy ducks, and I went onto Amazon and I found this giant rubber ducky, and I read the reviews, and they're like, "Oh, if you love rubber duckies, you have to get this rubber ducky. It's a giant rubber ducky. And the next person is, yep, it's a giant rubber ducky. So I had to get the rubber ducky. But it's quite massive.
And so
So
it is an actual rubber ducky. It's not like a concrete or a metal sculpture. Oh my gosh, that's huge.
yeah, it's quite spectacular.
That brings me so much joy. Does it have a name?
I love it. Not this one.
So how
If
many
you like
rubber
that
duckies
one,
exactly do you own?
well, it's a duck theme. You have to understand.
Okay,
So
so you just like ducks.
this one down here is quackers.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is a substantial duck, Annalee.
He's quite large. I don't know if you can see too well, but yes, my husband and I adopted him from I think it was Parkway Gardens,
Okay.
and they were sad to see him go. They told me his name was Quackers, so yeah, he's also a very good addition, a good protector for the plants.
I love that. You know what? We're totally getting off topic, but I have to show you something.
Yes,
So
by
you
all
can see
means.
my onesie in its full glory. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh, that was my knee. Okay, so I have to show you this. I have a meditating Sasquatch.
That is spectacular.
So it's not a duck, but this is probably the weirdest little
I
dude
love
that
it.
I have. So he sits on my it's like an altar shelf. I'm not a
Yeah,
witch or anything, but I
right.
lived in India for a year. And so
Yep,
spirituality and my self-reflection practice is really important to me. So there you have it.
absolutely.
I have a little meditating Sasquatch as a reminder to even though I take my work very seriously, I do not take myself very seriously.
You
I'm not
can't
sure if you
these
could tell.
days.
I know that,
Maybe a little bit.
I'm such a serious person. But anyway, let's get back to business. Let's get back to this business interview in our onesie
Yes,
pajamas here.
yes.
So I didn't realize. So have you been there at Grand River Stone for 9 years?
9 years. Yes.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, for sure. It's I started. I used to work at TSE. It's now PD Mart. So I was the sales manager there for a few years, and it was time for a change.
Yep.
I've known Jarrett through Landscape Ontario, and there was an opportunity at Grand River, so came on board, and I was on the counter for I think 2 years, and then I was a logistics coordinator for another 2 years, and then I've been in operations and management ever since.
Huh.
So lots of changes, and it's been really nice because the company that I work for is fantastic. They're smaller. I can pick up my phone and call the owner, Danny, right now and have a conversation with him about his
Yeah.
cat.
Right.
And it's he always picks it up and it's great. So it's nice being able to work for somebody to be able to actually make changes and see growth and have a plan and feel like you're connected to what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And when you work somewhere too, and when you say something or, you're asked for your opinion or your feedback or your input, and then you actually see that implemented, it's like,
Yes.
oh, you actually, number one, we're listening,
Yep.
and I am contributing as a member of this team, which is just so cool. And I really do get a sense of, it's one of the reasons why I love supporting Grand River Natural Stone. Every time I go in there, you guys have such a, you guys are human. Like when I walk in there, I don't feel like I'm a number ever. And we always share a good laugh. And I do not think that it's just because I'm hilarious.
I mean, you are pretty hilarious.
Right? I contribute, but I go in there and it's just so it feels like a family. It really, really does. And you go in there and not mentioning names, but there are other stone yards that you walk in there and they're on the phone and they don't acknowledge that you're there. They don't remember your name. And you almost feel like, oh my gosh, what's the word? That you are interrupting them.
Yes.
It's like, no, I'm here to give you business. This is what you do. You sell stuff. I want to buy stuff. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. That's the word.
Yes.
There are
I
some stone
understand
yards you
that.
walk in, and I feel like I am inconveniencing them because I'm
Yeah,
asking for help about a product that I'm looking to buy.
I know.
Anyway,
Isn't that awful?
that
I
is
hear you.
not Grand River Natural Stone. So, yeah, you guys are top of my list. And so
Awesome.
I was thinking, this is the
Yeah,
ADHD brain. Like, wow,
sure.
here we go, all the way
It's
around.
okay.
So you've been there for 9 years, and I've been going there for 8.
That sounds about because I think if I remember correctly, you were working with Jay Zare and Rural Roots
Yep,
when you.
that was my first gig, and that was right out of Lambeth, Ontario.
Yes, that's
And
right.
same thing. He's like, well, Grand River are my go-to guys. So
Yep.
you need to get in there. You need to get to know them because that's who we work with.
Jay
And
is
I've been with you guys since.
awesome. Yep.
So I
Those are
still
the
don't have a Grandie yet, but give me another 8 years.
exactly. You'll get in there. You'll get in there.
That's the problem is being as a designer, right? As I design them and then it's like, okay, are you gonna install it so we can like put an award on that? I'm really excited about one this year that hopefully, even just phase one would be so cool to see installed. But we shall see. We shall see.
Absolutely. Well, honestly, it's a really, really exciting year. A lot of our contractors have some awesome jobs that are lined up, and
Hmm.
we're incredibly excited to work with them and to see the jobs and to, help the progression. And one of the things that was always instilled to me with Grand River was, we are when we deal with customers, we are working with people to build business relationships and partnerships with. And I want my customers to do really well because when my customers do well, we do well.
Right.
So it makes logical sense for us to be the best we can so that their business can grow, our
Hmm.
business can grow, and hopefully we can grow together and support each other and make each other's jobs easier.
I
So
wish that everything you just said could be bottled and sold and like injected into all businesses
I hear that. Well,
because it is
it,
logical.
it
So
is,
why is it not the norm?
right? I totally
Like,
get that.
you guys are
I totally
so
get
good at
that.
what you do, and like you guys set the bar at where everybody should be performing. And if anybody wants to know what customer service is supposed to be like, go to Grand River Natural Stone in London and just ask for some help, and you'll get a little taste of maybe this is how you should operate a business. So, just my
Absolutely.
2 cents there.
Appreciate that, Heather. That's awesome.
So, so you worked at PV Mart or TSC before Grand River Natural Stone. Was that the location directly across the street?
I worked at a couple. I
Okay.
started at the one in Hyde Park actually when I was 16.
Wow.
Uh, and then I progressed kind of through there. And then I worked at the one in the East End. So right on
Okay.
by Airport Road. Well, I
Yep.
guess it's called
That's
Airport
out
Road.
near my place.
Yeah. So I was there for about 2 years. So good people to work with, but it was definitely time for a change.
Yeah. So that
So
would have been high school,
high
right?
school and then a little bit after. So I actually started there when I was, yeah, high school and then into college, or sorry, yeah, well, university, and then went to college after university, and then yeah, then came to Grand River shortly after that.
I
So
always think it's so cool with the guests that come on the podcast. Just, I mean, number one, I know of or I know most of them, but there's still strangers that come on and they're just in the industry.
yeah,
But all of our origin stories are so different, and it
yes,
kind of makes me feel like we're superheroes because
absolutely,
we each have an origin story, and I think I'm gonna start referring it to that.
yeah, that's
Is it's like,
awesome.
what's your origin story?
Well, because nobody's that's one thing I've noticed about this industry is nobody says I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be a landscaper, or I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be a distributor.
Yeah,
Yet people who get into this industry stumble into it by chance.
yeah,
They have an opportunity, or maybe it started out as just a hey, I need to pay the bills, so I'm doing this,
mm-hmm,
and realize very quickly that as long as you want to be there and you show up and you put your energy in and you do your best to learn, there are so many opportunities.
right,
I mean, I was well, we were at the Landscape Ontario Social last night,
yeah,
and there were, oh gosh, dozens of kids from the Hort program
yep,
from FISA, And I was floored. I thought that was amazing. I remember being in college, and you'd have all of the kids in college. Oh, do we have to do that? Do we have to go to that? But you had
Right.
this group that was so excited to be there. And
Yeah.
I was talking to a girlfriend that I met there who about being a young adult and entering the working industry in whatever sector you're in. And I think that people in, especially the younger generations these days, they're coming to realize that if I don't put an effort in and I don't seriously try to strive to be the best that I can be, and to benefit the people that are in my community and
Yeah.
in my job, then I may not be able to get a house.
Right.
I may not be able to afford a car.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard these days, especially for the next generation that's coming in. And I feel bad for them and stressed out for them, because I know how hard we work to get to where we are now, and
Right.
it's exponentially harder. So to see this amazing group of people who were interacting and mingling and talking to people, that was so refreshing. It was
Yeah.
really, really nice.
I feel really like personally lucky that somewhere along the line, and I'm not sure if it was an instructor at Fanshawe or if it was somebody in my family, it might be my stepdad. Sometimes he has a pill that's a little too hard to swallow, but he's right.
Yep.
He's one of those. And somebody told me that you will get out of it what you put into it
Mhm.
tenfold. But if
Absolutely.
you put in zero, you will get minus tenfold,
Absolutely, you will.
right? And
Absolutely.
I really, when I was at Fanshawe, I remember going to the instructors and saying, I mean, I was a mature student when I was
Yep.
there,
Yep.
but I said, you know what? I've had so many jobs. I don't fit anywhere. I
Yep.
can't find anything where I fit, where I can contribute, where I feel like what I do matters.
Yep.
And the instructors said, well, you know what? You're at the right place, but you need to plug yourself in, get to know the suppliers, get to know the co-op office, volunteer at all these different events, join Landscape Ontario, because I believe a student membership is super cheap,
Oh
if not
yeah.
free. And I think it was free with my college tuition. So
Yep.
they were just very much plug in, go to all the meetings, meet tons of people, because
Yep.
you'll get out of it.
And I gotta say, you gotta do a shout out to Fanshawe and
Yeah.
to the faculty there. Honestly, a lot of our customers who are potentially getting to that point where maybe they don't necessarily want to be slugging stone and installing, they're going to teach, and they're
Yep.
teaching the next generation of people. And all of the people who are at Fanshawe teaching and supporting and engaging with this new generation, like, kudos to them. And
Mm-hmm.
it's such a great community to be in. My husband and I went through Fanshawe for police foundations, of all things.
Crazy.
And
So do you know
honestly,
Jay Wong? So that's a random question.
uh,
Do you know Jason Wong?
the name is kind of
Okay, that'll be another conversation.
familiar.
Anyway,
Okay. But no, amazing school, amazing facility, and all of the profs who are there really truly do want to help you and get you to a good point. I did the university route before college, and the disassociation between yourself and the educational system is very strong. I mean, I'm
yeah.
not saying university is bad at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that depending upon what you want to do and where you want to be, there are many different courses and many different avenues you can take. And college and Fanshawe for me and for my husband was such an amazing experience. It opened
Yeah.
so many doors because it's so much more personal. You get to know your professors, you get to go and have drinks with them. Because again, we
Yeah.
were students like yourself when we went
Mm-hmm.
also. And it just, I think also on that note, being a mature student going back to school, you do get a lot more out of it,
Mm-hmm. I
for
think I was
sure.
ready when I went
Yes,
back. If
yes,
I had gone too
absolutely.
early, I might have been, I don't know, not
That
as
was
plugged
also
in.
probably university for me. I don't know if I necessarily should have gone when I did. I don't know if I was
Yeah.
entirely ready for that, but
I think
yeah,
it took, being, because it was, I started Fanshawe at 26 years old, and
yeah.
I had already had 31 or 32 different jobs by that
Oh
point.
wow,
And
wow.
yeah, so I had learned a lot about the type of places I did not want to be working in.
Yep.
I was very self-aware of my strengths and weaknesses in a workplace,
Yep.
and yet I could not imagine something that would keep me occupied because I get bored very easily.
I
That
hear
is
that.
something that's one of my weaknesses.
Yep.
And in landscaping, oh my gosh, I am learning a new plant or a new hardscaping material every day.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm going
it's
to keep us
never
on
changing.
track
Yes,
because we've got
appreciate that.
about 7 minutes. I've got a timer because I will just
Okay.
talk forever. So speaking of new materials,
Yeah.
I was asking you about your favorite stone material, and I've got a picture here. So I think it's showing up right now.
Oh yes, the Aramosa. Oh,
So
so
Aramosa
beautiful.
square cut, is it referred to as a marble or a flagstone or
Yeah, so that's the style of material would be like a natural stone square cut flagstone.
okay.
But it's all from Ontario and
This is
the
Ontario sourced?
it is. Yeah, isn't that awesome?
Really?
We have so much amazing stone in Ontario that it would blow your
Oh
mind.
man.
Like we have crazy granites and amazing sandstones, soapstones. Like just it's insane the
That
amount
could
of
be a whole episode where we could just
it
talk
really
about
could
Ontario sourced stone because I didn't
absolutely.
realize we had many
Oh
actually.
yeah. Oh, it's insane. The everything
Hmm.
that is on the oh gosh. Of course now I'm blanking on the word, but the big outcropping of stone that basically goes across the entire swath of northwestern Ontario.
Canadian Shield.
Yes, that's the one.
Yes.
I'm blaming the beer.
That's
But no, it
fine.
uses so many different amazing kinds of stone. So that one in particular, the pattern that's on top of it, they call a flurry. And it's basically from the deposits that were between the different layers of limestone when it was forming. Really, really, really cool. And I love
So
it
cool.
because each piece is totally unique from the next. So you can
Yeah.
have 1,000 square feet of this laid out, and every single piece is totally different from the one beside
Oh
it.
man.
It's one of my absolute favorite products, hands down.
Okay. I'll have to incorporate this year into a couple
Yes,
designs. Excellent.
absolutely.
So a couple more questions for you.
Yeah,
So, houseplants. You have
yes.
a very impressive collection behind you.
Thank you.
Um,
Big tree.
I have a little bit of plant envy right now. I'm not sure if you can see through the screen or not, but yeah, very nice. Do you have a favorite over there?
Uh,
I know they're all listening, so you can't like
I
point
know.
them out in front of the other ones because then
The current favorite. So I started with orchids. Orchids were my first.
okay.
And I got this one earlier this year with a girlfriend of mine.
Oh my God, your pajamas have a tail.
Yes, I suppose they do, don't they?
I sorry.
It's
That's
okay.
so cute. Oh my God. That's adorable.
um, a girlfriend and I go to the Toronto Orchid Show and
Yep.
got this one, and it is actually blooming, which is amazing. So I don't
What a
know if I can
treat.
see it here, but it's got
Oh,
these
that's beautiful.
tiny little tiny flowers, and I have it in a mason jar because why not?
Yep.
And it's spectacular. It makes me incredibly happy. Orchids, you can provide them with the best conditions, the best fertilizer, the best everything, and they
Yep.
will still only bloom when they want to.
Right.
So I always feel honored, so to speak, when one of
Yeah.
them blooms. It just makes me happy.
So what's
So
the soil medium you're using? Because
yeah,
I'm trial and error right now with orchids.
yes. So it depends on the actual style of orchid. Any of my Phalaenopsis orchids, I have basically just in those Lecra balls, like the clay
Oh,
extrude.
yep.
They do really, really well with those. Most of my other ones, though, like this one, I don't know if you can see, but this is in a mix. Oh, I can't see much at all. Sphagnum moss, bark, perlite, and I think I have some volcanic stone in here as well.
Okay.
So lots of aeration, but still a medium that supports water retention, which
Hmm.
is really good. These ones are easy because they have the big pseudo bulbs,
Yep.
which help to retain a lot of that water, but
Okay.
definitely a passion for sure. And then
Maybe that's one I need to look into.
I recently just got a Thai constellation Monstera.
Shut up.
Yeah, okay, no, but I just got to quickly tell this story. So I was on Reddit in this rare houseplant community, and somebody posted this picture of this Tycon that was at like what looked like Foodland, and it said 1999. So I'm
Okay, I
like,
saw that same post.
yes, it was legit. So I told my husband, I'm like, we are questing for this tomorrow. So it was a snowstorm 3 weeks ago. So we got in the car, hit up the new Foodland in Byron, and then another one, and then finally ended up at Sobeys at Commissioners Wonderland in Oxford, and they had them. They actually had Thai constellations with like, a good 14 inches tall for $20. It was miraculous. So got one of those.
I totally thought that maybe it was mislabeled. Like, how is there a Thai constellation at Foodland or Sobeys for like
Yeah.
for those who maybe don't know, normally like I've seen clippings
Yeah.
like with a single root for about $900.
Easy.
There is a Thai constellation right now available at the local greenhouse Hemans for $2,000.
Yes. Have you seen that? Oh my goodness, it's huge.
She's beautiful. Yeah, she's beautiful. So we have a minute and a half. I am so excited about plants, and this is why I need a timer. So I'm gonna just skip ahead. We're gonna have to do a part 2 because this is just way too much fun.
Perfect.
But something that oh man, we're not gonna be able to cover this in like 30 seconds. But hiring, you guys are looking for bodies.
Always.
Always.
Yes, by all means.
And it's a great place to work. So if you guys are London, Byron, Lambeth, Muskoka, Kilworth.
Yes. Also Kitchener, Hamilton, Stony Creek, Fergus, Elora, all of them.
Excellent. And we're going to probably get cut off. So I'm going to thank you now for being on the show.
Thank you. This was a lot of
Freaking
fun.
love your pajamas. Really quick, what's a book that you would recommend?
A book?
Yep. Really quick.
I was prepared for that.
Really quick. Love it.
Yep.
That is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a
Totally
Excellent.
changed my life.
You're amazing. This was great. Tune in next time. Thanks again, Annalee.
Thank you so much, Heather.
Ciao.
Ciao.
That concludes this week's episode. Tune in every Wednesday for someone new and some new brew. Don't forget to click the follow button to stay in touch. See you next time.